So the question is, what's the difference between private label and contract manufacturing? Well, private label is when you rebrand an already existing product to make it your product. And pretty much manufacturing or contract manufacturing is when you create the custom product from scratch, from your idea, and you put it out. So the question is, which one's better? And the answer really is, it depends on your business model. So what kind of business model do you have? Are you starting out with a little bit of capital? Are you starting out with a little bit of funds? Or do you have the funds? Do you have the capital? Do you have the time to create your idea, go through product research development, go through product creation, and then have the money to spend so it can finally be created? Or are you working on a shoestring type of budget and you're like, hey, I need something now and then I'll figure everything out later? I know for a fact a lot of people starting out, different companies I've seen that may have done, some companies when they start off with water, they'll go and get a private label, which is they'll find water from a company that already creates bottled water, and they'll private label in the sense where they'll just create their own label, whether it be on Fiverr, 99 Designs, Dribble, and then they'll put their label on that water that the company's already sells, whether it could be spring water, mineral water, alkaline water, or whatever it is. They'll go ahead and put their label on that water, and then they'll go out there and market it as their water. And pretty much that's private labeling. They're taking water that's already been created, that's already been sold by this company, and what they do is they put their own label, their own brand on it, and they market it to everybody, and they get out there and sell it to you. And if you're wondering, like, oh, that's what it is? Yes. If you shop in Costco, that's what Costco Kirkland water is. Kirkland water is private labeled. That water is from another company. It could have been Niagara, it could have been Nestle, whoever, but I think they get their water from Niagara. And all they're doing is taking the water that Niagara already makes for their own brands, and all they're doing is putting the Kirkland's brand on that water, and they're selling it to everyone for a low price. And that's essentially what private labeling is. It's a low margin to start out in the sense where you just pay for whatever the product is, and then now you're able to get out to the races and the masses and start selling, and not have to worry about all of the product creation and everything else like that. So let's say you get to, hey, I want to do contract manufacturing, I want to create it myself, I want to get out there. Things like that would be any product or any design you see that's an original type of thing. Prime example, how Poppy first came out as Mother, that was them manufacturing the product originally. They had all original flavors, they had original drinks, they were making it in their house, they had all original stuff. This wasn't private label, this was them having the idea and then going to launch by creating everything slowly with themselves and not going to go buy something that was already pre-existing and putting their name on it. They came up with something that was original, they thought about it, and then they launched. And that's how a lot of businesses have manufacturing idea in the sense where they're going to create themselves. They have the funds, they have the money, and they have the time to be able to spend in, to be able to create whatever the product is, whether it be a water, whether it be detergent, whether it be, shampoo, whether it be makeup, whatever it is, they have the time, whether it be candy, they have the time to create the product and then have the time to market and do everything else. So at the end of the day, it really all boils down to you. What do you have? Lots of funds for product development, product ideas, I would say product seeding and product launching, but also you gotta think about product research and development, because when you're launching something original, it doesn't always come out the best first time around, or the best the first go around, or the second module, or the second creation. Sometimes it takes longer, because of that, you gotta have the funds to be able to do that. When you're doing something that's private label, it's already been worked out, the kinks have already been solidified, the hard stuff has already been done. All you have to do is take a product that's already been established, that's already been done, and now you gotta put your brand on it and get out to the masses and sell it and make it work and create your own brand and validate it with your community and have your community pick up and sell it even more. At the end of the day, what's the correct answer? It all depends on you. Is your budget a small budget, shoestring budget, or your budget a big budget? You have money, time, and all those things to do a creation from zero to launch. Or you have a small budget where you're like, hey, I need something already established, something already created, I need to put my name on it, and I need to be making money now. So that is the question that you have to ask yourself. But remember, keep subscribing below for more great videos. And once again, this is CPG 101 with Eric.